Well, all right here. So I just want to make a video talking about how really politics now is really dividing this country in a way that I haven't ever really seen in my lifetime. I mean, it used to be like, yeah, we all have our political differences, but it doesn't really mean that somebody's a bad person because they voted for somebody different than you. Now we have so many people on the media channels, and I see this coming particularly from the left, from the extremist left, from the MSNBCs, from the CNNs, keep saying Trump and Trump supporters are their policies are racist or even Nazi-like. I mean, when you start calling people Nazis, that's really a call to violence. Because if you really believe somebody was a Nazi, if I really believe that my political opponents were Nazis, then I would fucking take up violence against them. I mean, but so it's totally ridiculous to be calling Trump supporters and Trump himself Nazi-like. It's just very immoral. It's very low, and it's just disgusting political tactics right there. And if you really believe that Trump's a Nazi, I mean, how the fuck did he get elected? Do you really believe that half the country is racist and sexist? No, I mean, when I go around, the world, when I'm at my job, when I'm at school, I like, especially when I'm at school, I know most people there. I mean, I'm at college. What do you think? Most people there are fucking liberals. Vegans, liberals, all over the place, all these things I don't agree with, but I think everybody's a good person there. I don't say, oh, that person's a liberal, I'm not going to talk to them, or not, I think they're a bad person. No, they just have a different political belief than me. I like talking to everybody. It's almost funner to talk to somebody who doesn't agree with you, because then you could have a friendly debate, which we don't seem to have nowadays, because we just name call. Racist, sexist, homophobic, all these terrible names. And yeah, I mean, our country's really, again, it's being divided by politics, and things that are supposed to bring us together, like entertainment, sports, music, are getting politics involved in them, and therefore dividing us even more. I mean, look at the NFL now with the kneeling. So many artists and actresses and musicians are getting up on the stage at award ceremonies and saying and talking about their political beliefs. I mean, if you want to do that on your Twitter page or on your own time, that's fine. But a concert, an award show, is not the place to go on a political tirade and say, fuck Trump, Robert De Niro. That's what divides people. I mean, there's a time and place to espouse your political views in a mature way, and just saying fuck Trump, all Trump supporters are racist, is not the way to do it. Now, I don't care if it's coming from a Trump supporter or a Hillary Clinton supporter. If you do that kind of garbage, it just doesn't fly. And now you got businesses refusing to serve Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and you got protesters saying that Trump, people who work for the Trump presidency shouldn't, even be able to go out to dinner and enjoy themselves, because we have protesters now saying, oh, look at Kirsten Gillibrand, I think her name is, the head of the DHS. She went out to eat at a Mexican restaurant. Oh my God, how bad is she? And it's funny too, because these same people were saying nothing when the Obama administration was doing this exact thing. And I don't want to go out on a tirade about this children thing again. But again, Obama did the same thing. And when you commit a crime with children involved, like you drag your kids across the border, which is a terrible thing to do, to put them in harm's way like that. We already know that so many people crossing the border get raped and get abused by so many women get raped crossing the border. So to bring your children across, I think that's dangerous, and you shouldn't drag your kids across like that. So you don't see the liberals blaming the parents for putting kids in harm's way. No, it's all Trump's fault. And when you commit a crime with your children, probably it's a good idea to separate them, because the kids really didn't commit the crime. You cannot commit a crime if you're like a 10-year-old kid, but the parents did commit a crime. So they're going to go through different processes of the legal system. So you got to look at it from all sides of the issues here. And again, I'll just close out with saying I think it's very sickening. We're getting into a very dangerous area of society now, where we're all divided. We're calling each other names for political differences. Establishments are denying people service based on their political views. Let me just again make this clear that I believe businesses should be able to refuse service for whatever reason necessary, whatever reason they find, whatever. Even if I may disagree with it, I think that's a business's right. So I'm going to remain consistent, just like I believe a business has a right to deny Sarah Sanders service. A business has a right to deny gay people service too. So I'm going to remain consistent on that. It doesn't mean I believe they're both morally ethical. It doesn't mean I believe they're right. However, let me just point out the difference here between the Sarah Huckabee Sanders and the gay cake maker incident. Is that with Sarah Huckabee Sanders, she went to a restaurant and the service she was obtaining had nothing to do with a political or religious or anything like that belief. She was merely eating food. With baking a cake, the owner of the cake shop said you could pick out any cake you want. I'm just not going to design one for you that endorses gay marriage. So there's a big difference there. Those two instances are not really comparable. Similar, yes, not comparable. It's apples and oranges there. And I could kind of understand the point where, if somebody came, let's say a Hillary Clinton supporter owns a cake shop and somebody wants you to design a Trump cake. I could understand, again, if the person doesn't want to take that business, and then the person could go to another cake shop and get that same thing done for them. That's called the free market. And the great thing about the free market is we all know now that this Red Hen place, or whatever the name of this restaurant is, everybody knows about it now, and probably a lot of people aren't going to go there because the owner of the restaurant alienated half of her customers. So that's the great thing of the free market. And that's why I believe businesses should be able to do whatever they want, because and let the consumers decide who they want to go to. So we're in a very dangerous place now in society where everybody you disagree with is a racist, a sexist, hates women. Every one of their viewpoints is just terrible. And again, I don't believe that liberals believe in their viewpoints because they hate people or because they want people to die. Just like I don't believe in my viewpoints because I want people to die. I believe in my viewpoints because I think they're the best for everybody, and they're the best overall viewpoints. So I'm really sick and tired of people calling me names or calling Trump supporters names because of their political beliefs, or not wanting to talk to Trump supporters because they're such terrible people. Who you voted for says nothing about who you are as a character. There's many Trump supporters who are probably fucking cunts, and there's many Hillary Clinton supporters and liberals who are nice people. So I really put no emphasis on how someone's morals are based on who they voted for. So I'm sick and tired of people calling people names because of that, and I'm sick and tired of politics getting involved in every little aspect of life now. So there you go, people. There's my thoughts on how politics are just becoming so divisive and becoming part of life, and it's really sad that that many people are so immature now that they actually judge people based on what they believe in, and think lesser of a person or think they're a bad person because of who they voted for. So there you go, people.